Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Black Men Being Brutally Honest. This is Kev, and yeah, let me explain a couple things before we get going. First of all, long live the habitual line steppers. Shout out to them as always. Yeah, just read what's going on across the bottom of the screen. Just know this is for infotainment purposes, edutainment purposes only. Excuse me, and harsh language is ahead. So if you have a problem with harsh language, then I guess obviously you haven't watched a movie past the rating of PG. But um, let me explain a couple things before we get going. Uh, as far as the direction that this channel will be taken, just as far as like just little branding issues. Like number one, I'm moving away from calling the Sunday show Any Given Sunday. Uh, I mean, it was a fun name, and feel free to take it up if you're a content creator. If you like, I mean, I've used it many Sundays. It's not my phrase, but it does belong to a famous film, by the way, that stars Al Pacino and Jamie Foxx. So it's is it just does kind of show a lack of originality, but it is a cool name to use. So moving away from Any Given Sunday. Also, if you can see my name tag on the screen, it says No More Weekend Warrior. Weekend Warrior would be appropriate for someone who was on the weekends and was like another factor, truly knocking it out of the park. Now, I do feel like I do that with topics, just need more exposure and more intelligent eyes to for the chat to interact with, the ones who are here with me almost every broadcast. So uh, just just things that make sense. Yeah, just more interaction. Uh, just more stuff coming for this platform. Just kind of switch up the topics a little bit. I'm not doing it because of a number of complaints that's been going on with the space. I just feel like that variety is the spice of life, and we don't want to just have repeat talking points over and over again. Repetition. Repetition makes you stronger, but at the same time, repetition in some things is just not good. So, just ever evolving. But anyway, um, yeah, just a weird world these days. It just really is. I could go on and on, about what I do here quite often is try to clear the record for us black men. But that needs to be more so of a, I would say, a collective effort by a few strong minds and not just by one guy, one singular entity, the Highlander, the there can be only one, because that shit never works. Because if there is an enemy in existence, they are great in number, and one against many, that's not going to work. But some guys think they can do it. So my suggestion for them is, if ultimately black men refuse to work together, then it's going to be more of a save the cooperative situation. That mentality. Remember, for those of you who have been watching, I say that quite often, save the cooperative, and that just pretty much means that if there's that someone that is willing to work with you, that's or willing to work together toward the common greater good, then there's no need to save that person. That's what I mean when I say save the cooperative. And I we often talk about using that mentality with the women that we choose to fool with. I would say, but that also needs to be said about you know the males who refuse the aspect of camaraderie, because we were all born and raised in a system of WS. We are, and it's nothing I'm crying victimhood about. I mean, who, who cares at this point? I mean, WS really doesn't have to lift a finger. Not in 2021. Shit, we give all the motherfuckers freebies. Free bees. Not only do we turn the blind eye to the WS, we help it along by giving it our own form of WS, and that would be NS. And of course, by looking at the title of this broadcast, NS means nigga shit. uh, I mean, I am not a fan of nigga shit. Ultimately, that kind of thing have needlessly costed lives, yeah, either by way of prison, uh, by way of death, or some other negative ass means. Nigga shit is what has impacted the black man's image. I would say a facet of this is saggy pants. Peace to I'm listening. One G's, what's going on? Yeah, um, yeah, that's a fixture. Now, I'm not here to tell you how to wear your clothes, how to wear your hair. What we're trying to get to the bottom of is all of the little nuances of what goes into this. I could do a whole broadcast on the female aspect of it, which is you know the hair weave chronicles, or the shit that the sisterhood makes excuses for. Excuse me. But I'm here to talk about negative impact. I'm not here to put our people down. What I'm saying is we probably need to exercise a little bit more shame when it comes to our behavior, not accepting it, not making it the norm, making it cool. Oh, Sister George, what's going on?
What's up, Kev? Long live the habitual line steppers. What's going on?
Oh shoot, nothing. Just talking about Negro stuff and the impact of negative behavior in our community. I know you probably just I usually go on for a little bit, but since you decided to come up, go ahead. Basically, just saying that um, we should using this broadcast to say that we should stop popularizing it because it really is doing more harm than good, and it's something that we shouldn't ignore or pretend do not exist. We as a people have a tendency to do that, and when we do have people to come forward and say, hey, you know what, this is some nigga shit, we should stop, then those people are attacked. Yeah, they are.
Mm.
They are castigated. They are told a lot of them. I mean, sometimes it's justified when we call people COONs, but I feel like that the people who really care and want to make a difference is attacked with those labels. So,
You have a huge point. You mentioned something about shaming language or shaming people. Um, And do you believe that shaming practice was really effective?
Do I believe? I mention it in the context of we have to have a little bit more shame for what we do, because whenever this negative behavior comes up, especially in public around heavily black areas, we have a lot of us that uh, really kind of act like we're entertained by it instead of seeing what damage it does, the psychological effects it has on our children.
You
I
bring
mean,
about a good point with that. I was thinking about that, and I don't know if you was around the day I was talking about the girl at the bank, right?
the girl
It
at the
was
bank,
yeah,
refresh.
okay, so I went to the bank one day and there was this big burly chick in line, right? And she was with another big burly chick, right? And the girl started playing rap music. Like this is a time when they was like giving out like a lot of stimulus checks and stuff. So she starts playing like this loud rap music, like on her phone. And so they were cursing in the song, and the song was like extra thuggy. And it didn't even matter what the song was saying, but it was inappropriate. And it was
Yeah,
like everybody just kind of turned around and looked at her. We all knew it was inappropriate, but nobody said anything. And she's like, she looked like the type that would fight your ass if you said something. But everybody just kind of sat there and looked at her. Nobody said anything, and we all knew it was wrong. We probably all could have ganged up on her, but it was like nobody wanted to go through a certain thing that day or didn't want to go through the motions of that day. And I thought it was interesting because I sat there and I thought about saying something, but I was like, I don't want to get my ass whooped in the middle of the bank because she like she can go. And I just
like,
didn't say anything, but I was looking at I looked kind of crazy and I didn't look too hard because I didn't want to get beat up for looking too hard either. And it
well,
made me feel some type of way about it.
you was just simply avoiding nigga shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you speak of them as if they're the tag team champions of the world. You said two big burly chicks, and the reason why people don't say anything is because of shit like that. It'll be a shouting match. I mean, I should know because, like, for myself, I'm the type of person to say something. It's like,
Hmm.
can seriously, for all of us, can you please chill? And then they can pop their necks all they want, but I figure as long as I'm being sincere, that everything will be okay. But it's a shame that people can't say certain things anymore because of violent outcome. uh,
Right. Right.
yeah,
You know, the thing that kind of kills me, even if I said anything to her, and let's just say it went to something and it went to something bad, it's still gonna look like two black chicks fighting. It's still gonna look ghetto and hood. Even if I get to yelling about something that I feel like something preaching against something that I feel is wrong, a lot of things still get demonized because it's two black women. It's like black women can't
I
tell
get
each
that.
other
I
anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that, and I've had people to come on this platform to push back against stuff like that, but I would have to agree with that. If they wouldn't care about context, it'd just be
Right.
two black women. It'll be a world star hip hop video, and it'll be one of those here we go again situations. And really, I mean, I get it. We're all tired of the behavior. We're all tired of the nigga shit. But there's a thing called right and a thing called wrong. One of these chicks could, I mean, well, women. One of these women could be defending themselves. You
Like,
know,
right. Right. Yeah, it never translates into that though, but it just made me think. And then with the shaming thing, society has gotten so sensitive, even if you're not shaming and you're telling the truth about something, people still feel some type of way, and you'll get beat up for telling the truth about something. And I've noticed we as a society has gotten hella sensitive. You can't say anything
yeah,
without somebody being offended.
yeah. I'm not sure that where this happened, but there was a story a while back. I want to say Chicago, but Chicago is always the target of bad narratives for black folks in neighborhoods. And I mean, there's a lot that goes on up in there, but people don't understand, how all of that happened. But a while back, there was this story about this couple. This woman started like these little girls were twerking in the street, so this woman tried to go up to him and tell him, "No, don't be doing that." And she was with her husband, and the kids, and then a couple of boys that were nearby jumped them and beat them up like badly, just pounded on them, all because they said something to them. No, no, no. She didn't. No, the woman didn't put hands on the kids or nothing. They just got mad because some adult said tried to tell them. I guess they proceeded as telling them what to do. Now, how does a mentality like that come about? Just by saying something? It's a shame, and I believe that couple went to the hospital.
Yeah, that is absolutely, absolutely positively nuts. One day I went to the grocery store. I'm packing my things in the car and I happen to look up. I see an older lady in the car with her grandchild. The grandchild couldn't have been no more than 8, 9 years old. Why did the grandbaby have on a bonnet? And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, like, you're an older woman and you're condoning this shit as well. And it was amazing to me. And y'all, I don't know if you remember the story I told about me and my mom. I was getting ready to go to the mall with my mom, and you remember when they used to have like the juicy couture sweatpants with the juicy across the ass?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I had a pair of Rocawear sweatpants that had Rocawear across the ass, right? And I was fully dressed. I was getting ready to go to the mall with my mom, and my mom was like, "Where the hell are you going in that?" And I'm like, "We're going to the mall." She was like, "You're not wearing that shit." And I was like, "Why are you tripping so hard?" But she was like, "There's a time and a place for everything. Everything doesn't have to have attention brought to it."
Yeah.
And she would like I had to literally sit there and change clothes, but my mom held me to a standard. And it was interesting to see this old lady or older lady, and this older lady looked reasonably dressed. She didn't look good. But then I'm like, but you're allowing this baby to sit around with this bonnet on like it's nothing. Why would you allow that as an older woman?
Oh,
And it's interesting as to what we condone as older people, and then not being able to say anything, or not even being able to have a certain type of authority that we once had. We don't have that type of authority over anybody anymore.
yeah. Because well, we and we preach this very often, the weakening of the family unit. I mean, how many structures right now got grandmother, grandfather, father, mother? And and I hate to be stereotypical, whatever, but a lot of those settings, they don't have like strong male influences. Yeah, but and by how you were talking, you feel some kind of thing about, you feel some kind of way about the bonnet situation. Yeah,
I
so
mean,
do you agree with Monique's assessment that you shouldn't be wearing bonnets out in public like that?
I think there are certain things that should be relegated as a time and a place for everything. Bonnets are meant to be in the house. Pajama pants, slippers, meant to be in the house. They're not meant to be your everyday wear, your outside wear. The fact that you can hop your ignorant ass out of bed, not wash your face, brush your teeth, you still got your bonnet on, crust on your lips, you got on some holy ass raggedy ass pants, and you go to the store, you still thinking you all that. It's amazing to me. It's amazing, and it's like, we are the only fucking people that will sit here and fight for ratchetness, and that's disturbing. We fight to be ratchet. I was telling these people, me and my husband have moved into we moved to the suburbs basically, right?
Word. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Um, so being in the suburbs, okay, most of our neighbors are white, but there are a couple black people sprinkled in the neighborhood, right? But you will see like younger kids trying to make this the hood. You're speeding through with your car, And it's like, why are you speeding through this neighborhood? Why are you driving this damn fast? You got your music loud. For what? What do you want to do that for? I was telling everybody about this guy who has on his car, he got a maroon Ford Taurus that says "Yo bitch" in here. And it's like, for what?
Hey, I'm getting an echo. Do you have it on the background?
Oh, I don't think so, but it's probably my phone. I think my StreamYards will do that every now and then. Can you still hear it?
No, only when I talk. But
Okay.
I'll try my best. Yeah, about those Rockaware pants. You said it was Rockaware. The word Rockaware across the backside.
It had Rocka wear on, like Rocka on one ass cheek and wear on the other ass cheek.
Yeah, yeah. Cause see, when you put words on anything, it's gonna prompt people to read. And a lot of I don't know, strange figures might be trying to read that Rockaware. I mean, I don't know how you look, and just with all due respect, but words across the backside, I can see where your mother was coming from. So,
Oh yeah, I can totally see it now, but young and silly back then, and then not cognizant of when you're trying to attract a certain type of attention, you thinking that you're doing it for a specific type of man or the type of man that you want to attract, when in actual reality you'll attract any and everything to you. And so then we complain about the type of motherfuckers we attract, but we're doing the shit to attract them. And then we're looking crazy when they are attracted. So um I don't think women really get those hard lessons. Like, I finally got those hard lessons. You have a couple weirdos and shit coming after you, you tend to wake up real quick. But my mom tried to give me those lessons early on, like, if you go into the mall and you know what you're doing, um you can't be mad at a certain thing. But women have gotten I think women have completely lost their damn minds to a certain degree as it pertains to doing what it is you want, and then they don't think about the unintended consequences. Um, that girl who that Instagram model who got killed, um, me and Concrete had a really serious debate about it, but I'm like, okay, she had an OnlyFans account, and she had this Instagram account. She uh doing whatever, and then you attract these fucking weirdos, and you're doing things, you might be taking money from them, you're feeding them lies, and then everybody feels bad when something bad happens to you. But it's like we put ourselves in harm's way and expect the boogeyman not to be the boogeyman. Like everybody's the exception to the rule, and it doesn't work like that. So it's crazy.
yeah, going, going deep inside the jungle and trying to poke a lion, acting like he ain't gonna paw you.
Right,
it's,
right.
it's crazy shit. It's like, and if I'm speaking as a man, if a man is giving you money, he expects something for it. If not now, eventually. It's a lot of these situations are Myron situations. You know Myron from the Players Club.
That's one of my movies, man. I watch that movie like at least twice a year now, but I used to watch it all the time. That's my
Oh
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I often remember that film when I think back to that interview Ice Cube did with those Fox Soul ladies with Lisa Ray on that panel. And I'm just like,
How
look,
did that pan out? I never did check out that interview.
no, you never did. He was talking about the playing with Black America.
Yeah, I remember the subject matter. I remember everybody was so upset with him, about speaking with Trump or whatever, but I never
But
did go back and look at the interview.
here's the thing. He didn't actually speak with Trump. He spoke with the administration on his suggestions, and within his plan for Black America. Uh, that wasn't just his plan. It was put together with him with ideas, uh, also with scholars such as Dr. Claude Anderson. So the the Republican administration said basically, hey, you know what, we'll talk to you. The Democrats was like, well, you know, come to this Zoom call. Basically, the Zoom call was a pet rally, get out and vote, and you know maybe we can discuss it then. But you know, wait to after, otherwise, you know, wait till after the election. Just basically, you know, get your black ass to the polls and vote. So you know, Ice Cube just went through with it, and it got out that Ice Cube talked to Trump when it really wasn't that. He just, you know, basically presented his plan to the administration that might be there after the election, you know, whether that be Democrat or Republican. But what was very disappointing is the way we went in on Ice Cube as a people. And we let people
Yeah,
from other groups.
we let him have it. Now you don't hear anything great about what Joe Biden has done. It's
Nothing
so
at all.
funny at all. And it's like everybody's so damn quiet. I've never seen the Democratic Party this damn quiet in my life
Yeah,
ever. And it's like, oh, now what's up?
yeah. They they're still on social media. There's still those people that have been labeled Biden sexuals. I even started using the word because they
God
just ride or
damn.
die for Joe Biden. I mean, you some of black Democrats. I'm sorry, they just refuse to be reasonable about it. I'm like this man is one that flew over the cuckoo's nest. He wasn't he wasn't good to go in the first place. Sorry to say, you know, there were other candidates that might have been better than Biden. One thing that I believe that people really bought into was the fact that he was Barack Obama's vice president. It was Obama nostalgia. So that kind of blinded us and Trump derangement syndrome, as I like to call it, because a lot of these Biden sexuals they can't talk about Biden. They're always bringing up Trump and how bad Trump was or how bad they thought Trump was, and just instead of talking about the job of the current administration. And nobody, as kids see it red, if you're Biden phobic. And I mean, like the first, and it's like black people hopped up and down in the streets where I live, talking about, oh, well, we got Trump out of there, oh, Biden this, Biden that, and then the first thing he does is sign two bills in the legislation for other groups, passed
That
all
part.
by us.
That part. But now, like I said, we quiet as hell now.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, cats got our tongue. We don't know what to say now. And it's funny as hell because we haven't seen shit. It's
not
getting
gonna
ready
see it.
to be interesting. Real interesting in the US.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're not going to see it. The only thing we seen is pushes for the vaccine, and now you got certain states that is they're signing into law. Okay, if you get sick because of the COVID vaccine, you have the right to sue. You know, Alabama's done it, so it's like it is all Biden has managed to do is put once again divide the country. I mean, they came in talking about, oh, love is love, and we need to unite everyone, and everybody just needs to get on board. Oh, the racist, xenophobic, sexist, homophobic, everything that's bad is out of office, and now we can fix things and feel good about ourselves. And here we are.
Yeah,
Here we
pretty
are.
much. Here we are. But Kev, I just wanted to come through for a minute. I gotta get Mrs. Drink prepared and get it by time for us to watch some TV and hit the sack.
Word, word is a beautiful thing. Well, tell the Mister I said what's up, and y'all too enjoy the rest of your evening.
All
And
right,
thank
thank you so much,
And
Kev.
thank you for coming by. Long live the habitual line steppers.
Long live.
All right. And that right there was my habitual line stepper sister, Sister George stopping by. Uh, yeah, real good. In fact, this is the first time she's ever been here. So I really appreciate that, you know. She's over on the breakdown a woman's perspective on a regular basis with her partner in I guess streaming. They're not criminals. Concrete Rose. So Uh, there it is. Oh, okay. Shout out to Orlando and Christian Minaj. What's going on? Um, Thank you for stopping by. And of course, if you haven't, uh, press like on the way in, press dislike if you want. I can't stop you. And if it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button. And there's just been this word that, if you're watching these broadcasts or if you're subscribed, that some channels have been voicing their concerns about people who are being unsubscribed by YouTube themselves. I don't like to bring that up because, people could simply just say, well, maybe motherfuckers just unsubscribing from you. Maybe you suck. I mean, I'm always the harshest critic on myself. But anyway, just in case that happens and you sub to this channel, or you were subbed and you look up the channel and suddenly you're unsubbed, you can feel free to resubscribe, because uh, I would never unsubscribe anyone from a channel. I will block if you get out of too out of pocket and say, sick fucking things. I don't, that's the way you get blocked from the channel. I don't like to, to people who say stuff that get this channel deactivated. But outside of that, we're brutally honest here. But nigga shit. I mean, it's not like it's anything personal about why I want to see nigga shit go, because it seems to have this devastating effect. And Sister George, I am glad she did stop by to kind of talk about the female side of it, just so you have an understanding. And I do support what she said, and there are behaviors that we need to fix. And I totally agree with that. Whether any way you feel about the space, or you feel about me saying it, or Sister George saying it, or a rubber chicken saying it, shit. As long as it's said, damn. Some certain things just need to be said, and the effects of nigga shit is costing too many lives. Like I said, by prison or by death. I explained some of it last night. Sometimes like you can't help but to continue to explain and explain and explain and explain that when you are a person that grows up with I would say a non nigga dialect. Because I mean, if I'm obviously getting picked on by being able to speak the English language with good diction, then years and years later, when I become a free thinking adult, I am going to have certain things to say about those situations, like, oh, those guys are just stupid. They just stupid. Yeah, because they are. I don't. I don't. I don't have any mercy for people who choose lesser behaviors. I just don't. And it's not because, well, I got picked on as a kid and somebody hurt me. Who hurt you, Kevin? Who hurt? No, it ain't that. Is that, is coming a time that we're gonna have to just, I don't know. Let's bring up this word shame. Shame people into being their better selves. Because I mean, I sometimes the entertainment piece, when we see Brandon one, what's going on? Curling, what's up? Curly and motherfuckers should really stop repeating shit they heard somebody else say. Learn to think for yourself. Absolutely, as a freaking lutely. And so, your wife was talking about she was talking about some kids in the neighborhood trying to hood things up, and it really, that probably has to do more so with the spreading of the cultural impact of the nigga shit that I've been in observance of all my life. Because really, a lot of people move to the suburbs to get away from that kind of thing. And when you have an image that is constantly pushed through the music and through images that are seen on the internet, because most of these kids like have access to smartphones now. So even if they don't see it on TV so much anymore, because we're in candy ass land when it comes to TV, they can still have that influence, and all these little rappers that's coming out, right, especially these rappers that keep getting shot. Because I just learned who Pop Smoke was like a few days ago. Yeah, he has this song that I hate, and I just like every time the song comes on the radio, I just turn the fuck from it because it's like, God damn, I don't want to hear this song. Like, fuck. Even on Sirius XM, sometimes it's like I gotta turn to jazz to get away from this shit. It was this song, uh, uh, talking about I got what you want, you got what I need, we about to get it. I was like, stop, like, please, like, get this shit the fuck out of here. But it's like how I connected. Like, I finally saw it, and it's like I said, Pop Smoke, isn't it the guy that's dead? Then I looked up on the phone. It's like, oh, Pop Smoke, yeah, he died, got shot, blah blah blah. I was like, damn. So he's one of those other rappers, because I mean, rappers just getting shot left and right. And I kind of explained this kind of thing last night. Like, these guys that have this insane culture of getting one song on the radio that people love to bump, and then they're getting shot. After doing like money phones and shit. I mean, they got stacks of money. I mean, damn. I would say. I mean, I mean, I don't know. I guess because I have a bit of a bit of common sense. I would say that if I had a bunch of money, I would spend time trying to find cool shit to spend it on instead of, I don't know, going back in those circumstances where I would rob people with money. I've never done that, but if you're in that lifestyle, if you grow up in that lifestyle, all of a sudden you become a rapper. Like you said, you can take a nigga out the hood, but you can't take a hood out the nigga. Um, if you grow up in that lifestyle, I mean, you're gonna have you're gonna be connected to certain behaviors. Now, for as far as, I guess, as far as Sister George's neighborhood she was talking about, where they're trying to hood it up, that probably won't go very far. I mean, the driving through the neighborhood fast. Hopefully, no one gets hurt. But all that probably takes. Hopefully, their parents are about something. We just don't want this little niggas thing to spread to other places. But I think that her and her uh, respective husband will, you know, they'll be okay. I mean, shoot, I done stayed in some growing up. I done stayed in some, like, on my own. Well, I mean, with my parents, like, everything was cool. I had parents that would stick a foot in my ass. That's how I avoided. That's how I avoided the nigga shit. you know, you know what I'm saying? Because as a child, I would say, like, when I finally got to double digits, 10 years old, 11 years old, whatever. It's like all of the stuff I would have to say will look cool to me. I mean, the NWAs, the NEZEs, the Two Shorts. I mean, those guys probably weren't about half that shit they were talking on them songs, but they made it sound cool and it was popular. I wanted a Los Angeles Raiders hat so bad because of stuff like that. But then again, it when it infused with the gang culture in my city, I couldn't do any of that stuff. And then I would say more so along the lines of guys that adopted that culture and how they treated, you know, guys like me who had dads. I mean, because, like, I'm just going ahead and say it. Like, a lot of those guys, like, because I would go to their neighborhoods and such. Uh, if there was a dad around, it was like a baby daddy situation, but he was always into some shit like selling drugs or whatever. But most of the time, like, dads weren't there when they were, you know, when when they was into that gang shit. So I mean, it is what it is. You could call it me hating, trying to make black women look bad, but some of y'all women just don't want to make an effort to control your fucking kids. That shit is fucking horrible, and have not had good experience with, like, a lot of good experiences, by the way, with the sons of single mothers. Like the guys who actually knew their dads, but something happened. Like I had a best friend, like he was a multiple time baby daddy, and but he has some exposure to his father. Um, yeah, his father was killed when he was younger. Yeah, is those but he was into some shit. He was always into some shit. He couldn't keep a job. And I mean, he was also an aspiring rapper. I mean, but he was pretty good. He was actually pretty good. And if he had his head on straight and he had went to the right places, he might could have done something with it. But his hood, and it was to me, looking at him, it was more so of a forced hood mentality. He did what he thought was cool. He did what the females validated. But still, it led him to a life of nothing. It just did. So the fatherlessness is real. The fatherlessness aspect, but per yeah, we at one point we're gonna have to blame the environment that these kids came up in. Because for one thing, from what I observed before I had a child, if an environment is not conducive to the child's development, then it's gonna just especially with us, it's just gonna breed shit like nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? You got WS and you got NS, which is a byproduct of WS. Because anything that is counterproductive for us as a people makes WS stronger. It's a shame that we as a people, and this is some nigga shit too, we as a people are much harder on ourselves than we are on anyone else. And people use this as an excuse not to have the conversation. They that and I think this is a lot of the reason why nigga shit is glorified in our community because it looks so bad to the point where it's embarrassing. So we try to go through great lengths to make it not embarrassing. Like with Sister George saying the bonnet wearing. Instead of just putting the damn bonnets away, we try to make it look like a regular thing. Not we, the bonnet bros that came out and said, I'm just here to support, I'm just here to protect black women. It's for black. No, nigga, not by wearing a bonnet on the internet, dude. You showing your moist side. We double down on the stupid shit. We double down on the ratchet. We fight for the ratchetness. And the reason why we fight for the ratchetness is because we don't want it to look that bad. Oh man, they just having fun. Oh man, it's just entertainment. Oh man, why you in your feels? I mean, shit's embarrassing. Shit's embarrassing. And we should have a level of shame. When I say shame, I'm not saying that fall for shaming tactics or anything like that. Oh my God, my mama is black. No, I'm not saying that. Shame is what keeps us in balance from going toward too much the fuckery side. Say, for instance, if I just threw a tantrum in the middle of Walmart, like start flailing my arms, talking about some God damn it, run! I should be embarrassed because it's unbecoming. That's behavior unbecoming of a man over 40. And I should be ashamed. The shame is what keeps you intact. Shame is what keeps me from going out here and doing dumb shit like that. Or other things that are under the list of dumb shit that you can do. And really there's dumb shit that each archetype within our quote unquote community do, you know. There should be a level of shame. Yeah, I'm gonna say it right now for the black woman. There should be a level of shame for the black woman. Oh no. Why you gotta bring black women into this? Why you worried about black women? Whatever. There should be a level of shame for the black child depending on age. And that also depending on what kind of parent you are. So there has to be a level of shame for the prototypical parent. There has to be a level of shame for you as a man, seriously, as black men, because I'm not going to sit up here and say, oh my God, we're just the most scrutinized. Oh my God, and I don't use words like bashed. I'm just saying this as the little sarcasm I'm using. Oh my God, we're the most scrutinized, the most bashed group ever. No, I ain't gonna say shit like that. No matter how true it is, it's motherfucking Tuesday. Yeah. We as black men, yeah, we got to face a lot of scrutiny. Blah blah blah. You know, when I do sometimes get triggered when I see people in their dumbass commentary about black men. And yeah, I like to agitate and I like to poke a little bit. Yeah, I mean, sometimes some of the things I say is unbecoming of a man over 40, and I should have a level of shame. But sometimes you motherfuckers. But yeah, so but I want y'all to understand this. Yeah, I as a black man, I don't condone the nigga shit. I don't. I don't condone it. I would never tell a guy to just go out and get women pregnant. I would never do that. I would never tell a guy to go ahead and shoot up the goddamn club. I would never encourage a guy to fight someone when it could result in the end of his life. I would never encourage that. I would, yeah, I think I already said this, but I would never encourage a young man to lose his virginity for the sake of right to passage, right of passage. Prepper 101, what's going on? Good Sunday, good Sunday to you too. I would never condone any of that shit. It is what it is. I mean, number one, it's illegal, and number two, you should never ever listen to someone who encourages destructive behaviors anyway. You know, like I said, destructive behavior is just going around and just impregnating all kinds of females. I understand that everyone isn't raised with the same sensibilities, but let me put it to you this way: if you are not fortunate enough to find out some kind of way, then society will put you in check. Yeah, yeah, very swiftly. And then you at that point you can call it WS all you want. Cause I mean I have to admit there's a certain amount of things that we can't control. And that's just what it is. We can control the way we act, depending. I pretty much say over 21. I don't know. You better have some kind of applied knowledge. I understand that you can be a product of your conditions. I get that, and that a lot of things are probably not going to be your fault. But let me tell you something: society and the law likely will not see it that way. If you do some fucked up shit, the law is not going to say, well, maybe the way they were raised, you know, maybe we ought to consider that they came from a bad environment. We're just, I just say this kind of thing because I hope that we can have it figure, we can get people to figure it out before it's too late. Hmm. If you love black people, because I don't like these black love movements. I cool. They're trying to get black people together. But black love movements. If you love black people, you shouldn't be silent on stuff like this. You shouldn't be silent to our to the things that we need to handle as a people. We can't. Just like we were talking about Biden earlier, we can't rely on them to do it for us. We got to do it for ourselves. Most people that probably come to this channel are well behaved people. It's not up to me to make you well behaved, but I'm sure you guys carry yourselves in life responsibly. Or at least you should. And sooner or later, it's going to have to be up to a demographic of us to start pushing for a better behavior because obviously the culture and the behaviors we're being handed is sort of chaotic. It's not natural to who we are. And that's why it keeps, I don't know, atom smashing. it keeps it everything just keeps becoming a clusterfuck one way or the other. Over sexualized behavior, glorifying of thug, hyper masculine, toxic thug culture. I mean, I'm trying to come up with a descriptive that would be more fitting, because I used to use this term back in the day, and I got it from a YouTuber that's now not a YouTuber anymore because I haven't seen anything he's done. But he used to call it, he would say that it wasn't toxic masculinity, it was hyper masculine toxic rap culture, something like that. Because some of us will defend rap music because we know what true rap music is. True rap music is something like Eric B and Rakim, Young Thug, people like that, Lil Uzi Vert, Pop Smoke, Spot 'em, Got 'em. Man, those are entertainers. Those are entertainers. So really, for those of us who don't like generalize on everything, we know that's not rap. That's more like thug culture, hyper masculine, toxic thug culture, hyper masculine, toxic hood culture. And there's nothing wrong with masculinity, but the overcompensation of anything can be a dangerous, especially when you're dealing with emotional males that hasn't had the influence of a person with a masculine center. I would say. See, your boy made this point about not sometimes not being raised with a father in the house can lead to certain effeminate gestures like effeminate poses in pictures, stuff like that. Sometimes when you're put in that hood environment, these guys have that same quality too, the quote unquote pookie. So they overcompensate masculinity. and get themselves into all kinds of stupid shit because of that. They overcompensate. So that's what I'm saying. The overcompensation of anything can be a dangerous thing, especially with dealing with overly emotional males. And black men like me speak against this kind of thing because I had a male influence with a strong masculine center in my life, my father. So that right there, I can tell you from experience, prevented a lot of nigga shit. Even if it seemed as if myself or my brothers were going toward that side, because like I said, when when you're a young person, when they flash it in front of you as kind of the bad boy lifestyle, and with the narratives out there, a lot of young people can see, or they try to see the benefits of it. Excuse me. Say for instance, like they like when a lot of these guys say that, oh, all she want to do is sleep with Pookie, and she all she want to do is have sex with Pookie and give Pookie all the pussy stuff. This is why a lot of these guys act like that, because shit, female validation. I put a meme up on a video. It was either a meme. Yeah, I put a meme on a video. Like, it was a cartoon of mother walking with her son. And then the mother asked, do you want to grow up to be a good man? And he said, and then the kid said, no, forget that. I seen what they did to Will Smith. I want to be a Pookie. Yeah, is there, this should not be used as an excuse to get at females online. Basically, just approach any and every female with the bullshit. Because that's the problem with a lot of us. We think that all of the females are alike when a lot of them actually try to talk up and speak on behalf. Yeah, but a lot of us, well, us guys, will adopt certain behaviors. Sarah from the past, what's going on? A lot of us will adopt that behavior if we think that it was going to get us a level of, I don't know, sexual satisfaction, I would say. Because a lot of us, and I mean, like, I grew up hearing it, and, I still hear it from certain select individuals to this day, and they put sex at the top of the list. Because there's a lot of times, sometimes you get into it with that random female, like she just being a shitty ass person, being a bitch. Then you be like, man, you talk about the incident with your homie from the hood. Then the first thing out of his mouth, once you start complaining, because that's what it is. Like, complaining does have a context. It's used as a shaming tactic, though. Then all of a sudden he'll break out after you then had a bad experience with the bitch. He'll break out and say something like, "Yeah, man, but you still fuck her though." How many of you has experienced that? You had a homeboy that said, "Hey, you still fuck her." It's like it's like, look, man, there's tons of pussy out here. I don't have to fuck just her. It's just, it's like, damn. It's like it's okay to it's okay to be upset with someone who has upset you for justifiable reason. Not saying that you flip out and get triggered by everyone that you come across that fucks with you because sometimes I don't know. I guess I'm the kind of person that kind of feeds off that shit. You can be triggered at me as all you want. I mean, it is what it is. That's the kind of person I am. I mean, just because it's female doesn't mean you can't just like, okay, fuck that bitch. There's plenty of women out there. But that's some of the problem right there. Sex at the top of the list. Yeah, in an attempt to validate nigga shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're supposed to love a woman. You're supposed to desire a woman. That's all well and good. But there's two choices in this situation. There are desirable women, and then there are other. Some fall in that category of other, and that's okay because there are several billion people on this planet. You're not going to win everyone, of course. Win, W I N. You're not going to win everyone, but everyone doesn't have to win you. I don't get why people let people get by with doing nigga shit to them. Now there's two sides to this. There's people that do nigga shit and there's two people that don't do it. There's people that don't do it. There's people that do it, there's people that don't do it. The people that don't do it, like they're also certain kinds of people in that. They're either the people that don't do nigga shit either want it to stop or ignore it. The people that ignore it, usually or defend it. I know I'm getting a little confusing here. I'm just trying to say say it, and it's just it's a lot to it. There's a certain psychology to it. It's there's some people out here that can explain it better than I can. But at the end of the day, the people who ignore it and try to call themselves defending it can't stop the people who want to see the shit come to an end. So, and at the end of the day, I just say so. I say so our kids can have a better future because you hear all these people talking about they lost their child due to violence, and the worst nightmare for any parent is to have something happen to their child. Worst nightmare. And a lot of that time is because of the N word shit of that. A lot of the times it's because of that. So why would certain people in our quote unquote community try to stop certain individuals that love our community and love our people from trying to put an end to the nigga shit? Is it fear? Is it cowardice? Yeah, I think it's a little bit of all of that stuff. Is it the dog and pony show? Definitely. The people that try to like force the positive images to try to cover up the negative images. It's like spray painting a turd and putting a smiley face on it. It still stinks. And as long as you don't flush it, it'll still be there to stink up the place. Flush that shit. Flush that nigga shit, man. Anyway, I could think I've gone about as far as I can go with this. Yeah, there's explaining things that should just be just pure common sense. I mean, and it's not. And the worst thing that I have seen in all of this, the worst thing I've seen in all of this is a older man that won't let it go. Yeah, like aside from something like the ratchet baby mama who refuses to raise her child and always does dumbass shit like, play her cell phone loud as fuck in a professional institution around kids and other people who are slightly embarrassed. A grown ass man who should be about his business, who should be taking care of things one way or another, who should be on his square, not letting it go. Not letting the old glory days when he used to stand on the corner go. When he had his hat backwards with his jerry curl and his starter jacket. That's nothing sadder than that. Somebody that just won't let it go at all. O. Stay with his mama till his mama gets sick. No, no, no. Granted, I don't want to. I don't want his mother to be sick, but I'm just saying. Saying like, dude, old as fuck and won't let it go. Thinking they can go toe to toe with the younger crowd, the younger Pookie types. And a lot of times, like older men, gentlemen, they can get by with that shit. They'll call the dudes old school. But a lot of those types are just like they're the ones that survived all the shit. That just by being lucky. They ain't like they really went to jail or anything. They just kind of laid on their asses and didn't do anything. Nothing sadder to me than that. Nothing sadder to me than an old thug trying to act like a young thug. You can say whatever you want about the diction that I use in my speech. I will never be that nigga. Ever. Even if he is a Gen Xer. I'm gonna be the Gen Xer that speaks out against that shit. And that's one thing we gotta stop, every time it comes to the negative shit, we start color identifying so, you know, we can insult the person that's calling it out. Call them a COON. Judge Dre, what's going on? No, I don't like turd with smiley faces. I don't. They stank. No, man, don't be that guy. That's the guy that's the black man that they want you to believe exists in droves. That's the black man they point to and say is conquered and defeated. Because if you are at that point where you just old and you just not laid, you just laid the fuck out and you're not trying to do anything with yourself. I mean, I'm talking about like not even at least a McDonald's job. I do believe that McDonald's jobs are for teenagers, young people and such. I used to do it as a teenager. I mean, if you just gotta do what you gotta do, I respect that, and I don't shame jobs. I don't. I don't go inside of a McDonald's and say, "Look at these peasants," like a lot of you guys do. Maybe not some of you watching, but if you ever acted a donkey in a restaurant and you left that place knowing that you could have had a better outcome if you had just straightened up and been the better person, then I'm talking about you. But if you don't at least have the tenacity to fill out a job application and just start from there, you never know. You can move up from fries to manager. I mean, I'm talking about some serious shit. Honest work is honest work. That's what it is. You do what you got to do. Fuck what all these other people out here saying. Because a lot of that nigga shit comes from the fact that, yeah, yeah, I think Curlin said that earlier in the chat. Like we got to stop worried about what other people say, and what other people say is cool. Man, fuck, man, man, you gonna let that nigga man talk to you like that, man? How many times you seen a situation like that? Things can be avoided. Things can be avoided. I mean, see, you ain't gotta listen to me. You can look at me as a weirdo all day, but at the same time, I got some goddamn sense. I don't participate in nigga shit. I like, and I still to this day, I pride myself on not being a part of nigga shit. I know I'm saying the N word a little bit too much. NS. Okay, I'll say NS for the rest of the broadcast. I never, I didn't want to involve myself in NS. Now, was I a participant at points in my life with NS? Yes. At some points, I was a participant either directly or indirectly. But in those situations, I was always called the good guy, the voice of reason. And that I usually was. I wasn't finna, man. I don't want to. I don't want to spend any time in jail. I don't want to spend any time in prison. I don't want to do none of that. I don't see why anybody wants their freedom taken. Cause I mean, growing up, I used to hear this in a lot of forms of media. Cause we get this shit from the media. That's why I talk the way I talk sometimes. Cause it's like they like I see a lot of stupid shit, and I see where it came from. And every time I try to explain this to somebody, they act like I'm crazy. But a lot of this shit we got off TV and rap songs. This mentality. I ain't scared to go to jail. I ain't afraid to go to jail. Like a badge of honor. I don't want to go to jail. And I'm not talking about the whole jail rape situation either. Cause to tell you the truth, we're very inhumane about that. There's a lot of guys that are in prison wrongly. Yet still we American society, like people like they say talking about I'd rather go to jail in Sweden, than America. But that's beside the point. Point is, I don't want to go. I don't want to lose my freedom. I don't see why people do shit that'll cost them their freedom. Sometimes people do like petty theft because they're hungry, and I hope all those people get away with whatever they got to do. I don't. I don't condone crime. I don't encourage crime. But if you're hungry, just try to get something here and there, and then get you a job so you can get you a paycheck. Like I said, go to McDonald's and do what you got to do. Just do what you got to do until you can get some legitimate money going. You know. But there's a lot of people that deserve to be there, and a lot of people that don't. But I just like to know, why do some people feel as if that when they do fucked up shit that it doesn't have a consequence? Why are we not encouraging people to use common sense when they go about their everyday lives, especially us? And I'm not saying this is because we're getting scrutinized by other groups of people. What I'm saying is, for your own benefit, for your own livelihood, drop the NS, drop the nigga shit. Yeah, Judge Dre. And I think it's following up what I was saying earlier. Said if you can't, get a job right now, something is definitely wrong with you. They're begging people to work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because of COVID, the workforce is depleted. The workforce is completely depleted because people got so used to those stimulus checks that they don't want to go back to work. Yeah, they're basically giving away jobs right now. So if anyone can pretty much get it back in the workforce if they want to. And the restaurant industry is suffering because I can tell you I've been in some restaurants and the level and the quality of the product is not the same because the workforce is just busted right now. All right. Raven Knight, I start my new dream job in the morning. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, give Raven Knight a hand. Yeah, dream job. That if you if you call it a dream job, that really means something. Sarah from the past. What's going on? Sarah from the past. When you say the past, do you mean the classic woman? I mean that's kind of how I was reading it. Am I close? Mm, yeah. Oh, I think I've stretched this out as much as I can. I mean, I had a long day, which included carving a pumpkin for the first time in my life. But I don't know. I just saw pumpkins were on sale at the grocery store, and I brought one home and decided to do something daddy daughter like. No for for the kid. She was real excited. She was helping out and everything, and it was cool, man. It was I enjoy those kinds of things. To be able to just she was real excited about it, man. The pumpkin didn't turn out pretty. It turned out pretty good. I would say so myself. So just a little arts and crafts thing, and yeah, of course, chasing that paper is always is whew, can be tiresome. But hey, you know what? When this platform builds up, shit, maybe I get the paper here so I can spend more time with you guys, like a lot of these content creators do. I mean, if they are benefiting, then hey, this is some great stuff, right? In this space and in other spaces as well. The interesting intermingling of personalities. I mean, but we do have certain YouTubers that are on that kind of thing. But hey, if they're doing good, they're doing good. But here's some final thoughts. Here's some final thoughts. Okay, all right. It seems funny to me that you can be a well-behaved human being. You can be a well-behaved individual, and for some reason, you can be seen as a bad guy, or you get all the bullshit stuck to you. You know why? Because the displayed behavior is being glorified because that's all people see. So if we make it seem like that it's good, or we try to pretend like it's not in existence, then that makes us look better as a people. To tell you the truth, to be brutally honest, if you have that mentality, you don't care about our people. You care about everyone else, but you don't care about us. You don't care about fixing things. You don't care about seeing us behave better. The one thing that is the biggest fix that I hate about NS is that we don't care about shit until it happens to us. Personally, we don't. We'll talk very insensitive about something, and then when it happens to us, we expect the world to just give us a rub on the shoulder and say, "Hey, we're sorry that happened." We expect too much and we give nothing to our own people, depending on how you want to take that context. So, one final thought. What I was saying about Sarah from the past, she has confirmed it, exactly. So, I, you know, have confidence in my intelligence once again. But anyway, that's it. You know, time to wrap this thing up. Tomorrow night, I don't know what topic I'm going to use. uh, but I'm sure it'll be an interesting one. So, everyone, hold on. Hold on one second. Let me see something real quick before I sign off. Let me see something real quick. I usually don't let this stuff slide. Uh, okay, 33 likes, no dislikes. All right. So, I don't know. I guess I need to up my game. So, anyway, that's it. That's it. I'm finished for tonight. See you guys tomorrow night. Tuesday special edition. Why Tuesday? Because it's my birthday on Tuesday. Tuesday will be pretty much open to anyone who has any horrible feelings about the Black Manosphere. I don't know. Hopefully, something turn up. But it's kind of one of those put up or shut up broadcasts. So, details to come in the communities tab within the next day or so. But that's it. I'm tired. I'm about to go to sleep. So anyway, thank you. Long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. Till the next time.